Hey, everybody, and welcome to the midweek edition of Superheroes Speak. I'm your host, Dave.
And I'm Don.
And yeah, here we are again, boys and girls. And I'm tired and I'm ill prepared for tonight, but we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna rock this one like some crazy mofos. Uh,
That we are. We'll have fun. No
in
doubt.
fact, here, you know what? I didn't do a slide deck except for one slide. Here is what we are going to be talking about tonight. So, on deck for tonight, we've got Daredevil, Born Again, episodes 5 and 6 were both dropped. So, we're going to be talking about that. And then we've got a bunch of Marvel news. Blade on indefinite hold. Gwyneth Paltrow may return to the MCU. Jessica Jones returning to the MCU. Adam Warlock possibly returning. And Scarlet Witch in Avengers Doomsday, ? We're talking about all of that this week because, we love Marvel. It's what we do, and there's not much else going on.
I do love Marvel.
Yes. And yeah, that's about it. Anything new and exciting in your world since Sunday night?
Honestly, no. I mean, it's the beginning of the week, so like work is sucks.
Yeah,
and just more than the rest of the week because it's just you come back Monday, you've got all sorts of stuff to do. Then Tuesday happens. My wife works late on Monday, so it's just a whole. Kids are on spring break, so that adds to it. Because guess what? It's not nice weather here in Ohio on spring break, which holy sucks. Like they really should have spring break later. But beyond being bitter at which time they choose to do spring break, that's about it. How about you, buddy?
It has been a believe it or not a crazy and interesting couple of days for some aspects. I missed last Wednesday because I took Karen out to make her feel better because a friend and coworker had passed away, and then Monday her uncle passed away.
Oh, geez.
So yeah,
as in yesterday, or no, well, not yesterday. Well,
2 days
before yesterday.
Yes,
whatever.
Yeah. So they found out, late on Monday night, and then so she's trying to figure out all of that. I think the funeral's Friday, so it's a quick one. And then there's work has been somewhat busy and annoying. It's also why I wanted to talk about this at the top of the show. The audio podcast is way behind. I'm looking into a way that will auto upload the audio once we're done the live show. Like no editing, no nothing. It'll just auto upload it, and we'll leave it at that.
Like I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but it really is frustrating though, because like you have to pay to host the audio, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like I did with Omega Level Nerds. I had to pay Podbean like $100 a year just so I could have the audio on there. And it's like, but I can host a whole ass video on YouTube for free.
Yep.
Like, so I get the podcasting thing, and believe me, as somebody that started, listening to podcasts during their commute, like I can appreciate and all that, but I can just as easily pop open YouTube. And now if you pay YouTube, you can even close, you can even put your phone in sleep or whatever, and it still go.
I was gonna say, if you have YouTube Premium, you can listen to the audio of a video stream, and it's.
So I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's audio only faithful, but come over to YouTube, because it's just that's astonishing to me that for the audio it has to be paid for.
Yeah,
but for the videos and shit, we're like, no problem.
Yeah, well, they're making money off of us by putting ads on the show, so
right on.
So yeah, but I've been dealing with that, and then I did so before we get into anything else, I am on season 3 of Invincible. In fact, I'm on episode 3 of Invincible. So I hopefully by Sunday, I'm all caught
All
up.
right. Nice.
But boy, Invincible has to be not the show necessarily. Invincible, the character, has to be the dumbest written character in the history of comic books. So my issue is that, of course, the whole idea is it's the hero's journey, right? Like the hero's going to make mistakes and he learns from this mistakes and he gets better as he goes along. And he's just a stubborn kid who doesn't learn, period. And it's upsetting that the character who has the most growth is the annoying a-hole comedy relief in Rexplode. He has the most character growth of any of the characters on the show. Him and Eve. They're the two that have the most growth. Everyone else is just like bleh. You know. So we'll see. A lot of multiverse crap. In the
what do you mean? What is exactly? Well, okay, yeah, you're right. With the one villain who has a weird name I'll never remember, but that opens up the portal
Brain
to the
guy.
multiverse. Brain guy, exactly. Okay, but I mean, outside of that, you know, there's not too much multiverse stuff. But you're right.
Well, and then there's and
shit.
Not only is there multiverse, then they introduce time travel. So
sure, absolutely,
yeah,
they introduce all sorts of goofy shit. I get it.
You know,
but I don't feel it messes with the story per se. I don't. It's a really
well.
crazy.
I give you the time travel did not mess. It did mess with the story though, because Eve tells the Invincible that she loved him and always
right.
loved him, and then so and that's when I'm like, oh my god, this guy is a moron when he tells her that the future her said it, and then that becomes a whole thing. And that's another thing too. Like, I get it. It's a drama in a sense with the teen angst stuff, but there's too much of it sometimes. Like,
yeah, I get that, and I don't disagree with you that Mark is stupid. I mean, come on, he named himself Invincible when clearly, I mean, he's not. I mean, you know, season 1, you know, Omni-Man is just fucking beating the brakes off of him, and the only reason he didn't kill him is because he has some sort of, you know, I don't know, some sort of episode of not wanting to kill his son. But what about Alan the Alien? He's like my favorite character. Honestly, I don't watch it for Mark Grayson. Like,
he's cool.
Voiced by Seth Rogen.
I hated that it looked like they killed him off in season 2, and then he came back, and there's the whole like, I knew if you died, you'd come back stronger. So then it becomes like, or you would heal and become stronger. So then it's like, we'll do it again, and then he'll definitely be stronger than the Vegemites. You know, it's like, just keep doing it. You know,
it's kind of I guess it's kind of a Saiyan, a Dragon Ball Z concept. Yep. Like Saiyans are kind of like that. They get their Zenkai boost if they get beat with an inch of their life and survive. Like, they'll come back strong as fuck. So I guess I'm already pre-built to not have a problem with that.
It's also Doomsday in some iterations.
Yes, absolutely.
Every time Doomsday gets defeated, he becomes back stronger. That's why he eventually becomes strong enough to beat Superman. So it's like,
I guess I guess I in some level appreciate / enjoy it kind of parroting comic book heroes in general. I guess I don't mind that. I don't mind that there's a ripoff Batman. I mean, a ripoff, you know, Rexplode is a ripoff Gambit.
Yeah.
I don't. I find it interesting for the whole Viltrumite Empire thing versus the, like, and now that I know there's a Space Force out there, you know, the Alan the Alien's a part of, and some guy that's I don't know his name, I just know he's voiced by right, Peter Cullen, Optimus Prime. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is fucking awesome, by the way. So I'm really interested in that kind of galactic.
And I don't I like that too. Very Man of Steel. I guess this came out. The comic came out first, so Man of Steel stole this concept.
But but you're right. It is very Man of Steel, where like people, buildings, Earth in general, all fodder collateral damage.
I also don't get, like, if Earth is giving you this much trouble, just go take it over. Like, just send, like 10 of these guys could take over the Earth in an instant. So just do it already. Like,
okay, you're on season 3, so it won't take long. I mean, well, you've seen the Conquest memes, right? I'm sure you've seen them. You see, they eventually send this big fucking ugly Viltrumite dude. You've not? Okay. Well,
yeah. I mean, I know something about that. Yeah.
You'll learn about him, and yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but that's like, again, just send an army. If the Earth is giving you this much trouble, just take it over. Like, if you're that powerful.
That's right. Okay. You still have an episode or 2 before you learn something, which is actually very fucking interesting and kind of a game changer in general. Okay, I got you. No, I'm tracking you.
Yeah, and then there's the whole aspect of the books where he's telling real stories about creatures, like things that were stronger and could hurt them, and Mark's reading the books, and then they gives it to Alan, and then they're using that knowledge.
I'll give you that. That is a bit convoluted as far as like him. And when we're talking about him, we're talking about Omni-Man, the guy that kills the Guardians of the Globe in grotesque ways, writes these like children's books and shit.
Yeah,
with the details on how the Viltrumites are weak. Or about this one rad racer space guy. He's on a space motorcycle. He's just got this fucking gun. There's really not an explanation of where it came from. He just happens to have a fucking gun.
No, I mean, yeah, and that's foreshadowing. Obviously, this character is going to show up at some point and be important to the story. And I don't have an issue with that, but I just mean, like, so they have run into creatures that are stronger than them and almost beat them, yet, like, what happens with those planets? Do they just send them something more powerful, or do they just avoid it? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of unanswered questions, which
sure.
Yeah, I don't understand how the Earth
and I'm interested to learn them. I guess that's why I like the series, is I want to, because I don't think we're anywhere near done as far as the series from what I can tell.
And then, of course, there's the whole, like, with the multiverse stuff, like, all the other versions of Invincible are evil. Just the only good one is the one we're watching, and obviously the other side of that coin is what's his brother's name? Oliver only exists in this universe as well, and it's like, huh. I mean, I know obviously they're going somewhere with Oliver, but I don't know where that is yet. I don't know if that's revealed in this season or not either. Like, don't ruin it for me. He's just a kid still at this point, but obviously he aged faster. But they also said that they foreshadowed that too, saying like once he hits puberty, he'll slow down his aging. So
right.
Which, obviously they're doing that so that, maybe he'll have a partner or something. Invincible Jr. So, yeah, I don't know. He's such an annoying character.
I mean, it is.
And he wins. But... he wins in spite of himself. He gets lucky,
right? Yeah.
And when he killed the guy, like, I don't know, like, that was also weird too. Like, I mean, I understand they're trying to say there's an aspect of his DNA that has this rage in him, and that's why he did it. But like, that's also the whole underlining story is he keeps trying to fight that, but nope. If he's pushed enough, he'll kill. It's like, oh, okay. So
yeah, I mean, I think they kind of disprove that a little bit though. And again, maybe you haven't gotten to this scene. I don't think it's a major spoiler, but they do have the scene where Oliver goes out skateboarding with his friends.
No,
the bullies come along. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna.
So yeah, that's my take on Invincible so far. We'll talk about all spoilers uh on Sunday when hopefully I get them all watched. And then of course we both watched the latest 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again, episodes 5 and 6. I think they definitely made up for all the talking in episode 4.
Oh
Quite a
yeah.
bit of
Oh
action in
yeah.
both episodes. Starting with episode 5, there's a bank robbery. And
It's not bad. Not bad.
Kamala Khan's father works at this bank. I
Yep.
thought that was a really nice touch to include her. Well, include that story into
Him, but they talked about her, and so yeah, it was a good connective tissue there.
yeah, and she's off in California recruiting. That's the current theory online.
Yeah.
I did include an article about it in the email that that was the reference, that she's out in California putting together the Young Avengers. So we'll see. I mean, why else would a teenage girl be out in California by herself?
Well,
So because they didn't mention spring break. Though it was St. Patrick's Day, so
or a porn studio, so we can,
Hey,
you said girl go out in California by herself. There's only so many reasons to do that.
that is terrible. So anyway,
Agreed.
so what what did you think of the episode? Let's start episode 5 altogether.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm annoyed that they dropped 2 episodes because it's just not consistent. I wasn't expecting it, and to be completely honest, I didn't watch those 2 episodes until about 2.5 hours ago. So, but okay. That aside, I was like, oh, here we go, 2 episodes, Daredevil bored again. But I will say, starting with the 5th episode there, like you said, it was that bank heist, and I thought it was interesting, cool action. So, yeah, no, I was, I was a little bit disappointed in kind of the story progression in the 5th one. I was like, okay, yeah, I got my blood pumping a little bit here, but really, what, but I think them coming with the episode 6 is like, oh, okay, oh, all this shit happened. All right, no, okay, I feel kind of appeased between the 2 as far as the progression. So yeah, I digged episode 5. I thought it was a little lacking as far as progression of the story, but because of the follow-up episode that we got the same day, it kind of softens that blow, and it's overall I was very pleased with
it. Yeah, I can't disagree with the being very pleased with it. I kind of get. I don't know exactly why they dropped both episodes this week. Other than it feels like this is the halfway point of the season, and but yeah, again, I like the connection to the greater MCU with Miss Marvel. You see Matt being forced to help people, which is getting him into that mindset again, which leads into episode 6 when White Tiger's niece goes missing, and it kind of forces Matt to put the costume on again and go save her from Muse, who does not speak at all in the episode.
Nope.
Did you notice that?
Absolutely.
So they're keeping his identity shrouded. I mean, I do feel like. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, the one complaint I have about the episode 6 is that Muse, right? Like, he's out, he's painting, people know him, and he openly attacks them, like out in the open. But it's still a mystery. Who is this person? How is he able to slink down into the sewer, into his little laboratory there, where things are very unsanitary? But what does he carry? He's a serial killer. So that part to me was a little bit off. Just the way like two girls come up to him, they know he's the Muse, and he like attacks them, and there's people in pretty close proximity. So that was a downside for me.
Yeah, but they do go up saying
it matters not. It really doesn't. I get that much. So
yeah, I mean the thing is, it's one of those things where he's looked at as like a cult hero, a graffiti artist. Like they don't know that.
Yeah,
you're right though. Like attacking those girls out in the open on the street, that seemed a little odd. Like that's a little bold. Like they weren't in an alleyway or something where it was dark. You know, like they were, like you said, they were out on the street. So I'll give you that. And I can't. Here's the thing: I don't remember because you know there's that they have the big fight in the sewer. Matt and Muse, Daredevil and Muse. They have the big fight. He ends up using his you know, whatever they call it, nunchuck.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Billy Club. I don't know.
Billy Club with extension cord to like wrap it around his neck and hog tie him up, and then you know he lets it go and he's out and he's on the ground. And I don't remember, like I feel like he was about to go check him, and then the girl says, "Is that you, Daredevil?" And he turns around and goes, "Yeah, I'm here." Which, like, I get that's the end cap of the episode because that's him saying, "Yeah, I'm Daredevil again. I'm back." But they don't show what happens to Muse after that. Like, does he get up and run away? Is he going to be arrested? You know. So I'm curious. Like, are they going to follow up on this in the next episode? I imagine they are. Like, they're not going to leave us hanging like this.
Oh
but,
yeah.
But yeah, and we also learned don't ever have an affair with Wilson Fisk's wife.
Hey, I fucking understand that shit 100%, and I love.
Would you give the guy an axe though?
I mean, if I'm Wilson Fisk and I'm serious about to pound this motherfucker into paste, yeah, maybe it might make me feel a little bit better. Be like, yeah, I'll give you a chance. I love that part, by the way. But let's go back to, I think earlier, now that we're on the Wilson Fisk. So he went to that like fundraising party.
Yeah.
So let's go. And we were talking about his connection to the Young Avengers in these episodes. Well, the dude he was talking to that like threatened him or was like, "Oh, I'm just warning." He was in the Hawkeye show. He was her stepdad.
Oh yeah.
And he's actually the swordsman, I believe. Although it wasn't revealed. Well, it was a kind of revealed or alluded to in Hawkeye. But
well, there's a quick clip of him in the episode as the swordsman.
Okay.
Don't you remember that?
I don't.
When they're doing all those interview on the street things, you know, to do the cuts between the scenes. One of them, there's a guy like a kind of like a skater guy, and they're showing him a video, and he goes, "Oh, everyone's calling him the swordsman. Yo, keep doing your thing, dude." And it was a guy all black.
Yes. Now I do remember. Yeah, and I don't know why I didn't pick up on that at all. Okay.
So you're right. There's definitely I wasn't even thinking about that because I forgot he was in the episode. So yeah, there's a definite connection. I think we're gonna be getting the Young Avengers. If we don't get the Young Avengers, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I'm sure there's no reason not to. There's no reason not to have a Young Avengers show on Disney Plus. There's no reason not to. And so I loved like when his wife was putting on that suit and it ripped. Because I've been telling you, I've been waiting for that Kingpin moment where like he's not just some bald dude, fat bald dude. Like, no, he's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
And so when his suit ripped, I'm like, oh, I'm sure they're not just insinuating that he's getting fatter, like, or maybe they are, but we all know what that means when it comes to, because it's all muscle.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, when he went down and just beat the piss out of that dude, I was like, okay, here we go. This is cool. Juxtaposing that to the Daredevil doing his thing,
Yes.
beating up Muse, saving that I can't remember her name, but yeah, it's the niece of the White Tiger. She had a big fucking attitude. But anyway, beside the point. But it was just cool though, because yeah, you know, when he's like, fuck it, and yeah, he went and he got his suits. I was like, okay, here we go. Like, this is what I'm talking about. And then again, juxtaposing that to like the Kingpin coming out of Wilson Fisk. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot.
I mean, that's what those whole 2 episodes felt like. It was
I get why they did it.
Yeah, it's 2 fighters getting ready to go up against each other, you know.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. I'm gonna say, if you're not watching it, you're missing out on some great TV. It's just as good as the Netflix series. So yeah. All right. Well, on that note, I think Dark Dawn has to come along and tell us where we can find more superhero speak.
Darth Dawn here. You must subscribe to Superhero Speak if you haven't already. And if you have already, make another account and subscribe again. You also will like this video. While you're on the HoloNet, go to superheroespeak.com. Find the links to our merch and purchase one of our shirts. Don't skimp on the shipping, or else I will trap you in a box with an agitated Gundog named Brie Larson. I would just force lightning you, but we don't have that in the effects budget. Now, back to the show.
Yes, that is I don't know what I was gonna say. Go just subscribe. If you're watching us, thank you for watching. Subscribe. If you feel inclined, click the join us button. You can get videos early, exclusive videos, t-shirts, all kinds of stuff, exclusive chat on our Discord, which I apologize, I haven't been on in over a week. I need to get back on there, and so much more, you know.
I'll be on there tonight, stream some stuff. But hey, also, and you know, I said this on my Wednesday show, which I guess was technically a week ago, but I'll reiterate: for every subscribe and like, I feed the Gundark Brie Larson. So
there you go. Yes, help her out, because she's a nasty creature. All right, I think we're gonna get to some news. So, according to My Time to Shine over on X, formerly known as Twitter, the Blade movie, who is a Marvel insider, he has broken news before. He's also reported stuff that ended up not coming to fruition. But he has come out and said that the Blade movie is on indefinite hold over at Marvel, and they're not even sure if it's gonna get made and come out. So I know what you're gonna say, Don. If it's not Wesley Snipes, It's not Blade, but Wesley's an old man. Come on. Do you have no desire to see a new Blade come to the MCU?
No, I really don't. I think if we can bring people back from the dead, we can certainly de-age people and hire stunt doubles. I thought he did great in Deadpool and Wolverine. In fact, it's not even like important. I almost don't want him for the action. I just want like a Blade that acts like that, just smart ass like that. Just badass but smart. Like I enjoyed it.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate
Right.
uphill.
Right. Exactly. Ice skating uphill when you're trying to replace Wesley Snipes' Blade. So forget about it. So great. Yeah, hold this fucking thing indefinitely. And I don't know if I even need a Blade movie, to be honest with you. Just put him in there. I need a Midnight Suns.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even think
put him in there. It'll be fucking great.
I don't think I necessarily want a Blade movie, but a Midnight Suns movie would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. No, vampires, the fucking late 2000s want their popular subject matter back. Like, So I'm down.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say that too. There was a resurgence in the late 90s, early 2000s in vampire movies. We got, there was you all right?
Yeah.
All right, don't die on air. That would be terrible. We got not only the Blade movies, there was the interview with the vampire movies, and then Twilight came along. So yeah, and some others. So yeah, there was a weird mini surge in vampire movies for a while.
Underworld.
Oh yeah, that was vampires and lichens. So
Yeah.
Don't mix them together because that was terrible. And there was also the Hugh Jackman was in Van Helsing. Remember that?
Yep.
So yeah, you're right. It came and went its course. I think if they had done Blade as after the first Avengers movie, if they brought Blade in, that would have been epic. That would have been cool, and it would have worked then. I think it's been too long to have Blade by himself. So yeah, but Midnight Suns, I think he could do. So yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. All right. What other Marvel news we have? Oh yeah. So in a recent interview with Gwyneth Paltrow, first it was a Q&A and a recent interview with Vanity Fair. She was asked about returning to the MCU, and she said, first off, there were all these rumors flying around that she had been talking with Robert Downey Jr., which, okay, but Robert Downey Jr. is in charge of the MCU. Yes, he is the guy who launched it, and he's coming back as Doom, but he's not gonna, he's not bringing her in. However, she did clarify that they talk all the time. They've become friends from working together, but when she was asked directly, well, is there a chance that Pepper Potts is going to be coming back to the MCU? She got real cagey with her answer, said, you never know. You never know. Maybe. I don't know. You never know. So, question one, does Pepper Potts work without Tony Stark as a character?
Pepper Potts barely works with Tony Stark as a character, but she did work because Tony Stark was played by Robert Downey Jr. and launched a multi-billion-dollar franchise.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I kind of thought that was going to be your answer, and I'm not disagreeing with you.
Need extra money. She did have to pay out a settlement for her company Goop. If you never heard of that, it's basically, I'll say, a feminine hygiene product. Scientific claims that were proven not to be true. So I got in a little trouble there. She is also legitimately just batshit crazy. She did this 4-day. When I say did, she attempted to do this 4-day snap challenge where you virtue signal by only eating the amount of food that someone on Snap could afford for 4 days, and she made it a day before she's like, "Ah, fuck it, I'm not doing this." So, of course she's gonna say any of that because she probably does need to come back. But Pepper Potts worked the first time. That's not a character that you're going to get to do that a second. I mean, we're done. Great job. I was into the character. Thought you did a good job acting her, but we're done. We're done here.
Yeah, I can't disagree. Because it's like, what are you going to bring her back as rescue? Like,
yeah,
that was like a one-time thing they did in Endgame, and that's it. Like, it doesn't. No one is saying, "Oh my god, I want to see Rescue come back." If they brought her back as a story element, again, if we go with the Doom, the Doom in Doomsday is a variant of Tony Stark from another universe who lost his pepper, and that's part of the reason he became evil. Then you could use her as like the thing that brings him kind of closer to the middle.
Yeah, you could be a hack writer and rip off Injustice. Sure, yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Well, how many times has that been done? I mean, wasn't that what kept Superman from killing everyone in Justice League?
That's what I'm saying, and I'm saying Injustice, the Injustice comic, like.
Okay, they did it there too. Yeah. I was talking about the Justice League movie, so
that too. There you go. Yeah. I don't know. It's just it's another. Iron Man is hardly a character. I mean, obviously, yes. Nowadays, we love Iron Man, but he really was. He was like B level. I've said this before, but you're not going to get me to care about Pepper Potts in a world where we're getting the Fantastic Four and X-Men soon.
Yeah.
Oh, did she visit Professor Xavier? No? Okay. Did she go to the Baxter Building? No. Okay. I mean,
yeah. Again, and look, I'm not disparaging women because I like again, I'm the biggest Kamala Khan Miss Marvel fan that there is, and championing for her to like be in more stuff in the MCU. So this is not an anti-woman thing, but Pepper Potts was created as a love interest for Tony Stark, and without Tony Stark, I don't have a desire to see her in a movie. Yeah. So yeah.
But who we want to see? They want to see Jean Grey. They want to see Rogue. They want to see Storm, of course, right? In a room full of 10, she's the 11, right? We want to see Storm. We want to see Dazzler, right? Jubilee. So I'm not anti-woman either, I guess is my point.
What about Jessica Jones?
Oh no, I don't care about Jessica.
Did you watch the
No, absolutely not. Daredevil was the only Netflix thing I watched. From what I was told, I wouldn't be interested in the other series. Well, okay, I guess Iron Fist would interest me. But from what I was told, I was like, oh no, that's just gonna piss me off. You're gonna talk about and allude to some fucking dragon, that big fucking dragon thing, and then you never even see it. Like, and yeah, some whiny blonde guy.
I liked
running around.
I liked Iron Fist. There were, I'm not gonna lie, there were some issues with the show, but not as many people said.
Like it was a kung fu show where the kung fu wasn't good. That's what I heard. I mean,
it got better in season 2. Because I think they took the criticism to heart and made him learn more and work out more, which was great. It was the whole, they were doomed from the start because of the whole whitewashing narrative, and it's just like, well, that's dumb because he is a white guy in the comics. Like,
yeah, right. No, yeah, I remember.
Like people were so upset about that, and it's like, but that's who he is. Like, so yeah, it's
But yeah, no, Jessica Jones is just not Yeah, I just don't see where you make me care about her.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Then I was gonna say because Jessica Jones, the Christian Ritter was asked. A lot of people were asked this week if their characters were coming back.
Yeah.
Actually, since Sunday, all these articles are since Sunday. Christian Ritter was asked, and she said that she actually did say she had some conversations with people. She's not sure, but she's cautiously optimistic that Jessica Jones may return. Obviously, the current rumor is that if they bring her back, it'll be in Daredevil Born Again season 2, because there's no plans for a Jessica Jones series. But Marvel did announce at one point they were trying to bring back all of the characters from the Netflix series.
Yeah, I can see that.
So yeah, see Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones, and Punisher. I mean, we've got Punisher, we've got Daredevil. Kristen Ritter seems like she wants to come back. I don't know what Finn is doing right now for Iron Fist, and Coulter. The last I saw, he was on that show. What is it called? Sin. It's on Fox, where he plays a priest who like solves mysteries and supernatural murders and stuff. Like that's the last I saw. I don't even know if that show. I don't watch regular TV, so I don't know if that show is on anymore. But Mike Coulter is great as Luke Cage, and he is definitely someone I want to come back, and I would love to see. I'm going to say it. Going to say it. I want to see them do it right. I want to see Iron Fist and Luke Cage team up, Heroes for Hire. Come on, let's do it. Let's do a Heroes for Hire series with the two of them. And because it's really annoying how they ended Luke Cage season 2. They kind of made him out to be a villain, and then the show got canceled, or not a villain, but he was building an empire off of and it was just like it was weird. There was like a heel turn, and obviously they were going to redeem him in season 3, but the show got canceled. But yes, I have so many of the Power Man, Iron Fist, Heroes for Hire books in my collection. They're my guilty pleasure. I may be the only guy on the planet that wants that series, but let's do it. You know, we got one team up in the Defenders show, and let's do the Defenders right too, but that's a whole nother story. And you know, Luke Cage is also teamed up with Spidey quite a bit in the comics, so let's get that going too. So, you know,
I definitely think Luke Cage is approaching A tier for sure. Like I know you can't see it, but like this right here basically has all of the A-list Marvel villains and heroes on it, minus the X-Men because it was from that period when they were trying to kill him. You know, and Luke Cage is on there, you know, but so is Iron Fist and Daredevil, but no Jessica Jones. So, you know, Iron Fist is definitely. I don't think you are I don't think you're all by yourself as far as the Heroes for Hire. I mean, definitely nothing I would read or be interested in, but I think there's a lot of people that are interested in Heroes for Hire or like a proper Defenders show. I just don't think anything's. I just don't think any of these characters. I mean, even Daredevil himself go beyond show or maybe a cameo in a movie. You know, sure, we'll do that big battle.
The actual Defenders in the comics were like,
and it was like Hulk, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it was all the misfit characters that like didn't work on other teams. So it was Doctor Strange, Hulk, Silver Surfer was a member for a while.
It was a badass team.
Valkyrie.
Those are powerhouses.
So I would like, and they dealt with all the weird mystical stuff. I would love to see them like do, even if it's a what you call it, like a 2-hour special.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 2-hour special. But I like Doctor Strange more as a Defender than I do an Avenger.
Yeah, it makes more sense as he doesn't make sense as an Avenger, and he never has. Yeah, like so. All right. And then, of course, you can't talk about Jessica Jones coming back without the possibility of Adam Warlock coming back. Will Poulter, who is currently promoting his new movie, Death of a Unicorn. If you have not seen the trailers for this yet, go check it out. It looks really good. It's a
How
dark
shitty
comedy.
must that be? To be like, oh, I'm promoting this. I'm like, yeah, fuck that. Hey, when are you gonna be in the next Marvel movie? Or,
No, the
back to
trailers
Marvel.
look really good. It's a dark comedy. It's Will Poulter, what's his face? Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, I know. Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd and the girl from Murders in the Building, Only Murders in the Building. And
Selena Gomez.
Yes,
Why
Selena
the fuck
Gomez.
do I know that?
Are you yelling at your wife who's not there?
No, I'm yelling at the imaginary fucking thing over
there. But yeah, no. Yeah, so it's them. It looks, I don't know, it looks good. I thought it. My girlfriend wants to go see it, so we'll probably go this weekend. But anyway, he's promoting that, and of course, they asked him, "Is there any chance of Adam Warlock coming back to the MCU and Doomsday or Secret Wars?" And he goes, "Well, I really would like to reprise the role, but I haven't gotten the call yet." Which means,
yeah, I don't think
he's probably not coming back, though he's such an important character in the comics. He's been involved with so many stories. I don't know why you'd bring him in Guardians and then that's it. You like just drop him off. I mean he's the main character in. Well, he's one of the main characters in the Infinity Saga, which obviously they did it different. But you
so
could
that
also,
right there is the death knell to me. I think if they attempt to somehow bring him into the fold, it's just not. You could have done it then. You should, if you were gonna do Adam Warlock, I think you should have done it then. I don't think he works outside. I don't know. It would have come out of left field. I think the choice that they made there essentially kills him in the MCU. I mean, he's in the MCU obviously, but I don't see.
well,
he's a niche character to me, honestly, and his most mainstream point was the Infinity. But
I think
Rivals.
I do think it was weird too because it was a weird take on the character. The whole like
they even had his cocoon.
Yeah, and like this like stupid, immature type bratty like adolescent thing. I mean, it was such a James Gunn villain when they did it, and it's just like,
yeah,
I don't look at Adam Warlock like that. So yeah. So I don't know. Like, bring him back and redeem him, maybe. Like, bring him back and like do the character justice. Like in Secret Wars. Like, leave him out of Doomsday, but bring him in for Secret Wars. I think that would be good. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Let me know in those comments down below. Would you like to see Adam Warlock or Pepper Potts or Jessica Jones, any of these characters return to the MCU? And then the final one I brought in because we talked about her last week. So Scarlet Witch won't be in Avengers Doomsday, and Elizabeth Olsen explains. And basically her explanation for why Wanda isn't going to be returning in Doomsday is because they're filming in London. Apparently they're starting to film in London, and she's traveling back to the United States while they're filming. What does that mean? Like, that's just like, I'm not in it because I'm traveling back to the United States. Like, I don't know. Like, it's so weird that she came out in one interview and said she wants to come back as a gray old Wanda, and then a few days later, she's in another interview, and they're like, "Oh, so you're going to be in Doomsday?" And she's like, "No, because they'll be filming in London, and I'll be in the United States." Like, no, it's one of two things. It's they didn't ask her. It's not like, "Oh, you're leaving, so I'm sorry, you want to go home. I guess we can't have you in it." It's either they didn't ask her, and that because she's not part of the story, or this is a smokescreen, total smokescreen, because again, she could be in the after credit scene, the setup for Secret Wars or something, her reality bending powers might be involved in that. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? You think like I
Um,
think she's coming back, because there were rumors too when they killed her off, quote unquote, killed her off in what you call it, Multiverse of Madness. There were rumors that were floating around that she was still under contract for like one or two more films. So I think she's definitely coming back. But what do you think?
I think she's going to come back, but I don't think it's going to be during this particular event. In the comics, when Secret War happened, she, wasn't really a part of that. I think
Yeah.
maybe there was one battle world that was basically a perpetual House of M thing that she may have been in, but otherwise she was not a factor at all. So it would make sense that she continues to be a non-factor in the MCU. Speaking of which, I do want to correct myself, because as you pointed out, we talked about her because she would talk about, oh, I want to be an old version of Scarlet Witch.
Right.
I did forget there is actually a fairly recent event where there were actually like 3 versions of Scarlet Witch, and one of them was old.
Yes, I saw. I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
I didn't read that story, but I saw the pictures from it like after we did the show.
So maybe it could be a thing. But back to present day here. Yeah, I don't think, I think she's on the shelf until House of M time, which the X-Men are a couple years away, so
I don't know.
I could be wrong.
They did House of M. I thought WandaVision was a take on House of M, where she changed reality.
I mean, maybe the whole, that's where she got her sons from, but but House of M was where she changed reality to where her father Magneto ruled the earth. And so everything was perfect for mutants. There was like Sentinels roaming the earth, but they were like dressed with Magneto and stuff. But eventually the mutants kind of came to realize this and stopped it, thus eliminating Billy and Tommy. And so she had a fucking mental breakdown, no more mutants. So I don't know. To me, I mean, to say yes, that's where Billy and Tommy came from. Okay. But I don't know. I think there's a lot more to that event than just that.
That is your X-Men fanboy brain going, oh, we got to have House of M done right because it involves the mutants and no more mutants and all that. I don't know. Okay. I think she could. I think it's going to be something different. She's going to somehow be responsible for bringing mutants into the universe. But think about it, right? Like this is, the MCU is weird.
Yes.
Right? Because there are no mutants currently in the MCU.
Other than Kamala Khan.
Well, yes. She was the first mutant. And the funny thing about that is, anyone knows, we talked about this on the show before, knows the comics. She originally was supposed to be a mutant, but they went through the whole trying to separate themselves because Fox had the rights to the X-Men and all that stuff. So they made her an Inhuman, where now in the MCU, they made her a mutant to be more true to the original origin, and you're frozen. So I think you are not here.
Really? Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I thought oh.
Hello?
Hello, hey. No.
You sound like a robot?
Oh, I was just transforming real quick. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I still effed up here?
There it goes. All right.
There we go. Okay.
Hey.
Must have been Darth Dawn messing
Yes,
things.
Darth Dawn was messing it again because you guys aren't subscribing.
Right, exactly. So he's messing with me. They did that though. They did go back to that, Dave, in the comics and like made her a mutant.
Yes.
Like she's in a giant size X-Men, I actually think. I want to get that. I want to see what's going on with the comics.
Yeah.
Kamala
Yeah,
Khan.
no. Right. So but yeah, other than Kamala Khan, you're right. Like we have Wolverine hinted at now being in there because of adamantium, but that's it. Like all the mutants were in other universes, not in the 616 MCU timeline. So what's up with that? Like they're gonna need to explain that somehow, I think, especially for people like you.
No, because if they do it right with Secret Wars, they can explain it all. If they're truly going to do like this crazy reboot, then it doesn't matter. Or they can always say, hey, Professor X used Cerebro to block it all, but hey, we've been here the whole time. So I'm actually pretty lenient.
Oh, they better not
on
do
how
that.
Why not?
Because that would just be like, oh, you've been here the whole time. Well, why didn't you help out when Thanos came down? Why didn't you help out when Loki brought an army down here? Why?
Because if I did that sometime afterward, you'd send giant purple robots to kill all of us. Because Moira McTaggart's lives have taught us that you guys will always come after mutants. Lots they could do. Because I think we're going to get more Hickman X-Men than I think. It's not going to make me happy per se, but I'll deal with it.
Oh, you love Hickman.
I don't mind him. I just don't like when he starts shit and then whether his fault or not, it's like, you know what? No, let's just George White. Let him be the editor-in-chief and just let every stupid fucked up idea anyone the writers have just come on in no matter how much it shits on predetermined continuity. See, I do like continuity, guys. I know as an Acolyte fan, you think I'm loosey-goosey with that, but I'm really not.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll see.
Hopefully,
dumb speculation.
Hopefully, they start revealing stuff soon. They could do whatever they want. We don't know. Maybe you know. If you know, let us know in those comments down below what you think, and we'll maybe discuss it on the next episode. How's that?
There we go.
Because obviously, Kassan and Thrawn and Frosty are not watching tonight.
Wednesday night is not their night.
No, it's not. So, man, you guys missed a great one.
Don't they do some wrestling shit on Wednesdays? Didn't Frosty or somebody tell us that he was watching us instead of? Obviously, you've gone back to that.
It's all because of John Cena's heel turn, I guess.
Yeah.
I blame. You know what? I blame JD because he's not here anymore. All right.
Yeah, blame JD. That's what you do in corporate world when there's a problem. You blame the person that's not.
The guy's not there anymore. Yeah. All right. Well, let's ask that most important question of the night.
What do we learn on the show tonight?
Tell me, Don, what did you learn, or do you have a recommendation?
What I learned tonight is that we can do an all Marvel show, and it kind of feels good. Although apparently I'd say about 2 out of the 5 characters we talked about I don't care about. But, I'm going to have fun with this whole X-Men watch thing. That's another thing I've learned. Recommendations, I don't really. I recommend you like and subscribe. I mean, heck, because what are we at now? Yeah, 43,000 people can't be wrong. So, join the superhero. Join the superhero speak by subscribing and do us a favor.
We're gonna have to, you know, like a lot of YouTubers, they come up with a name for their
superhero speak Legion, right? I've thought of a, you know, I've had that thought,
Legion of speakers.
There you go.
All right. What we're gonna spitball this.
Yeah.
You guys let us know what you think our fans should be called.
Down in the comments.
Down in those comments. Yep. Every comment. Yeah, Brie Larson gets another hot dog. All right.
All beef.
I learned that a lot of people are interested in Doomsday and Secret
Getting
Wars,
returning characters
every time one of these actors that has been in a Marvel movie is promoting something else or just having a conversation with an outlet, that's the first question, or at least one of the questions is like, are you coming back to the MCU? When are we going to see your character again? So there's a lot of interest, which is good. You know, it means that maybe it's going to do well. I will recommend. Again,
I want someone to ask Hugo Weaving if he's coming back.
No, he said he doesn't do sequels. The only sequels he ever did was the Lord of the Rings.
And Matrix.
So he didn't want to be in another franchise thing or whatever. And it's like, yeah, there's something more there because like you've done them. You get a paycheck. So I will recommend. What am I going to recommend? I'm going to recommend that you go to superheroespeak.com, maybe, where you can find the podcast every so often. It will be updated soon. Links to all our social media at the top of the page, comic book reviews, and so much more. Also, I recommend that if you're not done watching season 3 of Invincible yet, do that because we will be talking about that next week quite a bit, as I got some more complaints, I'm sure. And yeah, that's it. I don't know. Hopefully we're gonna have a Marvel movie to talk about soon called Thunderbolts. I can't remember when that comes out. I think it's next month. So soon. That's it. So there you go. That is the show, boys and girls. So as always, thanks for watching. Don't let your cape get caught in the door. See you next time.
If you haven't done so yet, subscribe. It really keeps this podcast alive. Smash the like button if you please. It gives us what we need. Maybe leave a comment or two. It's a really nice thing to do. And what are you waiting for? Visit